Hello students, I hope you all must have seen the first part of the genetics in which I have discussed some important key terms of this chapter. Now further we will study some more things of this chapter. Alright, so as you can see that these notes I have specially made for you all so that at a glance you can understand the things. So if you go through these notes, I am sure that you no need to refer your book. Alright, and this chapter and these topics are very important. So few chapters are very important which you cannot leave any topic of this chapter. Alright, so anything can come. So do share me the comment that if you want this PDF of this chapter, I will post it. Alright, I will send you the link of this chapter, my handwritten notes. So please share the comment in the box. Alright, so as you can see, in this chapter we are going to study about the alleles. What is alleles? Here in the bracket also you can see the alternative form of gene occupying the same position on the homologous chromosomes. What is homologous chromosome? We have discussed in the previous topic. It is a pair of the corresponding chromosomes of same shape and size which is obtained from each parent, means one from the male and one from the female. Alright, so that is why it is known as homologous. Alright, one obtained from each parent. Now what is these alleles means? Every gene, what are genes? We have already discussed in the previous, like chromosome have the functional unit called genes. Inside these genes there are the two alternative forms of the character producing the different effects. They produce the effects. What are these effects? Now first understand what are these alternative forms. For example, see, these alternative forms are called the alleles. Alternative forms. Now what is the alternative forms? Like alternative form of height can be tall and dwarf. Alright, so by this way you can understand that a person can be a tall, a person can be also a dwarf. So this is a pair of chromosomes which is showing the different gene. You can see here on the side also. Alright, you will find this picture in your book as well. Alright, now what are the types of allele? Dominant allele and recessive allele. What is the meaning of dominant? As the word dominant itself is telling that the kind of allele which will express itself regardless of any allele of any kind. It will express, it will be shown, observable character it will be. And recessive allele, the kind of allele which those expression is suppressed, it cannot be shown, it will be not observed. Alright, for a given gene. Alright, so what is a chromosome as a whole can neither be a dominant as a whole, it cannot be only dominant, it cannot be only recessive. Alright, it will have both. Some will have more. In some chromosome this can be more, this can be more, or it can be equal or somewhere like that. Alright, so it can neither be whole dominant, it can neither be whole recessive. So let's understand this with further examples. Alright, for example, in a tongue rolling. Alright, so if both are dominant, RR, male and female, if I will take, then what will happen? If the one person is R and the second is R, one dominant and one recessive is one capital R and small r is taken for the recessive. Recessive means the character which will be suppressed, which will be not able to express, it will be not seen, it will be not observed, and both are recessive is small rr. Now, so what is homozygous dominant? Zygous means that has the similar pair. Alright, so homo means similar, zygous means pair, same pair, that is RR. RR is dominant, it will express. Alright, so if when it is dominant, then it will express. Then homozygous, heterozygous dominant that has dissimilar pair. Dissimilar pair means either it will be RR, these three conditions can be here. You see in the on the screen, either it will be RR, either it will be R capital R and small r, or either it will be small r and small r. Both are recessive, both are recessive, both are dominant, or one dominant and one recessive. Alright, heterozygous dominant, that has the dissimilar pair. Hetero means different and zygous means pair. Alright, so if there will be one dominant and one recessive, that condition is known as heterozygous dominant. But in this condition also, the dominant will express its character. Alright, now for this, how it works, you have to understand the few basic terms, that is the genotype and the phenotype. This is very, very important, children. Alright, now as by the word you can understand genotype, the set of the genes present in the cell of a chromosome, and the phenotype means the observable characters of characteristics with a genetically controlled. What does this mean? Genotypes means the genes which we inherit from our parents. Alright, now the genotype of a person will never change throughout his life. It will never change, but the phenotype will be changed. How it will be changed? According to the age. Alright, it will change according to the age. Observable characteristics will be changed. The person looks now like this, height will increase. Alright, so many things will be changed. Alright, the person will have different as the person grows, so the hair becomes white. There will be so many observable characteristics which will change by the age, but the genes, this is the you can say the master plan. Okay, the genes of a person will never change. They play a very important role. Or sometimes you see that the person behaves in some way, if he or she has some habits or some things, it will be never change. Alright, like my mother has a very curly hairs, and same genes I have also got from her, that I have got very curly hairs, and even my daughter also has got the same genes. She is also having very curly hair, so this will never change. Alright, the phenotype will be changed, but genotype will never change. So you can see here now the examples. This is the phenotype ratio. The phenotype ratio will be 2. Why I have written here 2? Because here dominant will express, here also dominant will express, but in this case dominant will not express. Dominant will not express. This is homozygous dominant. Here heterozygous dominant, because only one is R is only dominant, so that is why it is given heterozygous dominant. Here homozygous recessive, that is RR. That is why the phenotype ratio is 2:1. Alright, the phenotypic ratio is 2:1. So here you can see the parent female and the parent male. R, you can see this box. Alright, R, capital R and small r. Here capital R and small r. This is homozygous dominant. You can see it is expressed here also homozygous dominant. Here also heterozygous dominant. Here heterozygous dominant. Alright, so what the children, all the rollers, those who can roll their tongue, are 50% homozygous dominant and 50% will be heterozygous dominant. 50%. Alright, so go through this topic, and if you have any doubt, do comment me. Okay children, bye bye.